Today I'm going to be making the perfect chocolate chunk cookie mix. This is Cravings by Chrissy Teigen. This was $8.49 at Kroger. It seems like they had like a pancake mix and something else too, but the cookies is more up my alley and Kevin's than pancakes or something like that. So we're going to try this chocolate chunk cookie mix. It says just add egg and butter. So you need a stick of butter at room temperature. I put it in the microwave for a few seconds. It's a little melted. It's okay. And I have my egg here. So it says, yeah, you want to get your mixer. It says using a stand mixer and the paddle attachment. You can also do this by hand with a wooden spoon if you're up for a workout. Beat the butter until whipped. Add egg and cookie ingredients and mix on low speed until well blended and a soft dough is formed. So we're going to mix the butter all by itself until it is whipped. Now I'm going to add my egg and my cookie mix that came in the box. And it says mix on low speed until well blended and a soft dough is formed. So I don't even have to scrape my bowl or anything because that mixed in really well, and it didn't take long either. So I'm going to move this over here. And it says to measure out 2 tablespoon portions of dough and chill in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. So I have this cookie scoop. Kevin's thinking this is like a 1 tablespoon, but then I have a bigger one that's like 3 tablespoons. So I'm gonna heat this up and I'm gonna just do it on this plate because I can easily put this plate in the refrigerator for 2 hours. And we're supposed to get 12.
She acts like heaping that up is a choice. She would have done that anyway.
Yes, I would. Yes, absolutely. I would have done this anyway. I like big cookies, and so actually this is smaller than I would normally make them. But I'm going to divide them into 12, and then if I need to add more to them, I will. So I'm not going to cover these or anything. I'm just going to set this in the refrigerator and set a timer for 2 minutes and
2 hours.
Or sorry, 2 minutes. I wish it was 2 minutes. 2 hours, and then we'll be back. These have been in the refrigerator for over 2 hours actually, but it says preheat your oven to 350 degrees and bake for 15 to 18 minutes or until the edges of cookies are golden brown. So I'm going to transfer these onto this piece of parchment paper, and it doesn't tell you how many to put on here. So I'm going to do 6 this time, and then I'll do 6 next time. But I will, I'll probably set my timer for 17 minutes, and then we'll be back. So this is the first 6. This is how they look when they come out. And so you're supposed to let them sit here for a few minutes and then transfer them to a wire cookie rack and then just let them sit for a few more minutes. So I'm gonna let these settle, and then I have another pan where I'm gonna put the next 6 in or the next 5 in because I did try one cold. I'll fess up to that. I tried one cold and it was really, really good cold. But we'll be back in just a few minutes to give these a try. On the top of the box it says 10 out of 10, no notes. Wonder what that means, no notes. Yeah, I don't know what that means. It says 1/12 mix prepared. that's these cookies, is 220 calories. So 220 calories per cookie.
With the butter.
Of course, to be exact, you would have to have weighed them out, which you saw I did not.
You did pretty good, though. That looked pretty even to me.
Yeah. It says, I know the perfect cookie doesn't exist. I know. I can hardly believe it myself. But you've got to taste these. Made with fudgy, melty, semi-sweet chocolate, sea salt, and a hint of vanilla flavor. The result is salty, sweet, crispy, chewy, and gooey. These take the classic chocolate chip cookie to the next level. Just add an egg and butter to this do-it-all mix and you're golden. Bake them up and watch all or most of your problems melt away with each bite. Chrissy Teigen. I don't know Chrissy Teigen, so I don't. I want this one.
I know, I got one with a lot of chips in it too.
Yeah.
They're very, first of all, they're still warm, so
Oh wow.
they're very gooey.
Oh wow, here we go. What do you think?
I like the butter. They're buttery. Got a touch of salt to them, just like they said.
Uh-huh.
Good cookie. My only complaint is I wish the chocolate chips were a little sweeter. You too? They're like a semi-sweet chocolate chip. They're a little darker. They're still good.
It just says chocolate chunks. It has chocolate liqueur processed with alkali, sugar, cocoa butter, vanilla, natural vanilla flavor. Sea salt is in here.
Good, and you definitely get the salt and the butter.
Yes, I agree. The reason I tried one cold is because when I got the batter together, it did not smell just like a regular run-of-the-mill chocolate. And I thought, I have to taste that to see how it tastes before we bake it. And so I did try it after it had been in the refrigerator, but I absolutely love it cold.
Of course, you're not supposed to eat it cold.
You're not supposed to eat it cold.
Because they didn't prep the flour or anything.
And it even says do not eat raw batter, but doesn't everything say don't do it?
No, some of them are made to reheat it.
Some are
It
safe.
has something to do with them baking the flour,
Right.
heating the flour.
Some are safe to eat raw, but I mean, most brownie mixes or cookie mixes, you're not supposed to eat raw. And we grew up licking the beaters anyway. You know, we all did it, and I still do it. So I'm
just saying on the box it says don't eat it raw. So I'm not encouraging you to eat it raw. Because I'm not. Because if you kill over and die, I don't want you to say, they told me they could eat it raw.
I'm not a rule follower.
Well, you eat them raw all you want to. I think they're really good cookies. How much were they? $8.50.
I love how ooey gooey. It's thick.
You get chocolate
it's really
chip.
nice and thick.
You get chocolate all over you.
The shape of them, I wasn't sure. Like, I did them in balls, but I didn't flatten them out.
No, they flattened out really good on their own.
Yes, and it's a thicker chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, they're really nice.
I think it's very nice.
And if they cool off, I think they'll still be really good, even if they cool off to room temperature. I still think they'd be really good. Not that they'll last long enough for it to cool off to room temperature around here.
Yeah, I do think they. I like the little. It's a very, very thin, crisp edge.
You could, of course, bake them a little bit longer, got them a little crisper if you wanted them, but I don't think you'd eat it up.
No, not at all.
So are you okay with the chocolate? You think the chocolate, you don't think it's too dark? Or it could be a little sweeter?
I would like it, of course, I would have liked milk chocolate. It's not too dark for me.
It's not dark like bitter, it's just not as sweet.
Right. But I tell you what, the surprise is really the hits of sea salt that you get.
Love the salt.
Because you're eating it and you're tasting the butter and you're tasting the chocolate, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, salt.
Yeah.
And it happens again and again. So it's not just a one and done thing.
Yeah, I never would have thought when I was a kid or even growing up that salt would make that big of a difference to a cookie, a chocolate chip cookie. It makes a huge difference. And not just salt in it, but actually salt you could taste makes a huge difference with most sweet things.
No, I agree. It's absolutely delicious.
Not for everything, but most things.
Well, when I was a kid, we just didn't do that.
Yeah.
You know, it was either
salted
sweet
caramel
or
wasn't a thing.
No, it wasn't at all.
These are good.
These are $8.49.
Yeah, do you think it's worth it?
I do.
I do too.
And I'll tell you why. Because $8.49 for 12 cookies. A lot of cookies you just get like 8 in a package. 8 cookies, and they're $5 or $6. So I think 12 cookies that are this good. I think this is an amped up chocolate chip cookie, and so I do think it's worth
I do too.
it.
Well, I'm thinking about like at Kroger, we ate some excellent cookies from Kroger.
Yes.
And they were $5 for 5, wasn't it?
I think it was,
Or 6, something like five or six for like $5 or $6. So it's like, if you can get 12 and they're just a little bit more and they're homemade.
The only thing is you are having to add a whole stick of butter, and you're having to add an egg.
Most people have that stuff though.
Yeah, most people, that is a staple in your home, but I think they're very good. So
I would buy them again.
Yeah, I would get them again. I think they're very good. So you'll have to let us know if you give them a try. I'll have pictures for you at the end, and thanks for watching.